All right, hey, it's Ryan, Combat Off-Road. I wanted to know, no, I didn't want to know anything. I'm going to ask you questions. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about raw aluminum. Because everyone has questions about raw aluminum, and if you're not in the know, then you don't know, so we're going to help you. So basically, raw aluminum looks cool, but maybe you're concerned. Maybe you're concerned about, what happens to it? What do I got to do to it? Can I put it on before? Or I live here, will it work? So let's go. I asked our artificial intelligence friends, what are the top 5 questions that people ask when they're considering purchasing aluminum aftermarket parts for their Jeep? So, will aluminum corrode or oxidize over time? So that's a real question. So this is raw aluminum. The short answer is, over time, yeah, it would. But you can put it on raw. It really depends on where you live. But at the very basic, if you wanted to keep it nice, I would clear coat it. You don't have to go to a body shop. You could literally buy clear coat at Pep Boys or any kind of automotive paint place and just pop the lenses out, spray it. You can do this with all kinds of parts. Like we order our raw inner fenders, our fenders, any of that stuff. Any raw aluminum, doesn't even have to be ours, but any of that, you can just simply coat it with a clear. That'll save it from that. What else do we got here? Yeah, do I need to coat it or paint it right away? I would say no, you don't need to do it right away, but I mean before winter months come or rainy season or anything like that, you probably want to go for it. Basically what happens is it'll oxidize. It won't rust like steel, and it'll just get chalky and it'll go like really gray versus like a nicer sheen. So you want to keep that oxidization away, so you're going to have to put some sort of sealant over top of it. So, and the idea behind all this stuff is most people go raw either to polish it, which is a crazy amount of work, but I want to see someone polish these because it'd be cool, or at least clear it. And then most people want to paint it, right? So paint it body match color. It stays consistent. When you get it raw, there's a little more prep work because raw is raw. Like if you looked at these, you'd see a couple little marks, but that's the idea. It's just a raw finish. So that's kind of that one. And then how hard is it to paint or powder coat? Well, it's super easy. Basically, you don't have anything to take off. You're starting with a blank canvas, so you're just going to do a regular aluminum prep here. I mean, you could scuff it. There's specific scuffs like 2000 grit, 1500 grit. Just so the paint and primer bites, I would definitely, if I was doing it at home, I would scuff it with like a 1500 to 2000. I would then prime it and then look for any weird spots in the primer. I would scuff those out and I would clean it and then I would paint it. So there's that. Or you could just go, hey, I got all this money in this Jeep. It looks super cool. I'm just gonna send these down to the body shop and get them color painted. Or to the powder coater. Or you can anodize these because they are aluminum as well. So that's another cool thing. If you wanted to put some crazy bright anodizing on them, you can do that. Just make sure it has a good UV load stabilizer. What else do we have? All right, why buy raw aluminum instead of pre-coated parts? Well, it's kind of up to you. From a personal preference, I like pre-coated parts. And our parts are cool because I like the idea, even we're not talking about the fender per se, the logos come off and you paint them the theme colors and all that stuff. I think that looks good, but you could, if you want to go full body and prep time, that's where you'd buy a raw fender so you can get it all set up the way you want it. Taillights, same thing. Maybe you didn't want the black, maybe you want body match, you just prep the raw one. What else do we got? Basically, another thing is if you're getting big stuff in the box, like big fenders or a hood or something like that, you're gonna run into the challenges of damage during shipping, damage coating. So if you're worried about that and you're gonna color match it anyways, maybe you want to go raw. Basically, there's no real risks to buying raw or powder coat. I like the idea of powder coat for a lot of things, especially the bigger stuff, because in our case, we'll clean it properly at the facility. We will dip it, e-coat it, and then we'll powder coat it. So it gets a lot of expensive finishes in an industrial setting, where if you go and do the raw at the paint shop, body shop, or in your garage, you probably don't have an e-coat bath or anything like that. But depending where you live, it doesn't really matter. Or if you're a real trail heavy guy, maybe you like the raw, maybe you just want to rattle can it, that's good enough for you. So basically, that's the top 5 questions that we found using ChatGPT. And yeah, it's kind of up to you. But if you have any further questions or you want to know something specifically about ours, you know, ours is 50-52 aluminum. You know, that's nice, sturdy. What else is there that's cool? Basically, like strength ratio to weight, aluminum's very good. Like this is crazy strong, especially for a taillight. When you get into our fenders, they're the thickest tube wall, thickest top plate. We have support brackets and stiffeners that go along with it. We have lots of cross members in our bracketry for our fenders and in our fender itself. So it's nice and tough. So you don't have to worry about toughness. You don't have to worry about rust. Raw, it's ready. You can paint it any color you want, just a little bit of prep work or powder coat it. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not afraid to buy raw. It just depends on you guys. So yeah, I could keep talking about it, but that's all I got. If you need something else, just shoot down to us. If you want to see the products, combat-offroad.com. I don't know where I went back in time. And yeah, that's it.